All right, folks, welcome back to episode 9. Rob, it wasn't too long ago since I last saw you, but I'm happy to see you again. How we doing?
Good. Ourselves, Tom.
Good, man. Good. Let's see. It's our normal recording night, Thursday.
It is. We're back on schedule, man.
We're back on schedule. We took kind of a detour for the last 2 weeks.
I'm going to blame it on the holidays with Thanksgiving and everything.
Yeah, I just had a brain fart. I'm like, what day is it? It's Thursday though. And we're back. We're back. Episode 9. I can't believe I don't even know how long the season's going to be, but it's episode 9. I can tell that.
I mean, we got to keep this going through the actual golf season too, man. Breaking down the tournaments and whatnot.
Right. Speaking of tournaments, have you heard
the news? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He's back. Dude,
I saw that and I texted you right away. And I think it was a second before you even, you responded so quickly. I was dying laughing.
Your GIF was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It was just like the tiger GIF.
The smile.
Yeah. From, what was that? The Open or the Masters?
I could not even tell you. He was young though. Looked like he was young.
It was the one where he kind of like looks over his shoulder and kind of
yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Especially how he talked about like he's excited about doing it as a dad. That was really cool.
Right. Speaking of, I believe I just made a big time. So you say GIF or is it GIF?
It's GIF.
I'm pretty sure I just said GIF.
You did say GIF, and you said it before, and I haven't corrected you, but it's GIF.
All right. Well, I'm 0 for like the last 200 GIFs.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, big news out of the golf world. I mean, I knew it. I didn't know it, but I had a feeling. Just because everything that was kind of transpiring, the amount of work and practice he was putting in, and then I think it just kind of lined up that way that, it's more kind of laid back, casual. And the fact that he gets a cart, I don't think he'd be doing it if he wasn't able to have a cart.
Well, I don't think he could do it.
Yeah. Right. And then, obviously playing with Charlie. I'm sure that's probably the biggest reason why. But yeah, I'm pumped, man. When that news came out, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, nobody thought the guy was going to play for like, the next couple of years.
Right. Exactly.
Let alone 9 months, or it'll be about 11 months, from the accident, something like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to do? How do you think they're going to do?
I think they'll go top 5 this year. I'll put 20 on it.
All right. $20 says they're not in the top 5.
Okay. Nice. Well, yeah. So we're kind of going to segue into episode 9. Just keeping it really relaxed and laid back. So we thought it would be pretty cool, and it might seem vague at first, but we'll dive a little bit deeper into it. But essentially, what do you think about and what do you do during your round of play? Not necessarily your CGT round, just in general. Whenever you play golf, that's from the night before, laying out your clothes, your outfit, making sure your clubs are clean, your towel, all that. So that would be So and my wife always thinks it's hilarious too. If we have a wedding, the literally the 2 days before, I'm like, hey, is my suit at the cleaners or something like that. But when I'm playing golf, the week in advance, I'm already ready.
Oh yeah.
So golf does special things for everyone.
It, especially in marriages, it's kind of funny. Like you're saying, we pay so much close detail to, setting up for our rounds and planning everything out and getting it all ready. And then, yeah, you're right. Like date night, you kind of forget about it. Did you make a reservation? No, sorry.
No. Oh, but you remembered to call the course
right
for Saturday.
You remember to wash your golf towels and fold them nicely.
I sure did.
Oh yeah.
I definitely did. But yeah, so what are some things for you, Rob? Let's talk about the night before. What are you doing the night before?
Well, the night before I'm getting a make the night before I'm getting like, the food, the snacks and everything ready. Have them at the bottom of the stairs so I don't wake up the kids when I leave.
That is it
And
the same snack list that got you
oh yeah, the
clown poke?
banana, the Honey Crisp apple, the Nature Valley Crunch Bar, a fucking Yeti of water, and then the monsters lined up, all
Yeah,
ready to go.
there you go.
Oh yeah.
Are you getting the outfit and making your shoe? Do you make sure like your shoes are clean and your towels washed, or is that
Oh yeah.
just like
Shoes are clean. The push cart's clean. Clubs are clean. Got the scorecard holder ready, all set up, ready to go.
yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah. Make sure I have the tees and everything.
Do you find yourself being more meticulous like this on more of a weekend round opposed to a weekday round? Because I feel like I'm definitely like if it's like Thursday, I'll even get a little giddy knowing that I'm playing like Saturday morning.
Oh
You know,
shit, I start that on Monday.
yeah, with the boys. But if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, if I'm going out, if I know I'm going out for like a twilight round on Thursday and it's like a Tuesday, I don't really do any of that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously it's got to be planned out. I mean, if it's something like, for instance, like Gavin calling to go shoot 9 holes after work, it's like, yeah, I mean, I like to keep my stuff in order anyways. I got my little milk crate in the back of the trunk all lined up with the golf stuff. So,
There you go. Ooh, it's a good idea.
oh yeah.
Little
Got
organizer.
Well, you know what? Dude, I love on Instagram seeing those guys that literally build out like fucking shit in their trunk, like drawers that come out with their golf shoes or like compartment for the push cart. Just crazy stuff that people come up with
Yeah,
that looks so cool. It's like,
I'll agree to that. I'm a big Pinterest slash IG guy.
yeah.
I could search like DIY, golf stuff or garage stuff or whatever and watch it for hours.
Mhm.
I was actually just watching a guy put together like, a bag slash putter stand slash like compartment stand.
Oh yeah.
That's my next project probably.
Oh, I know. I want to get that for the garage for sure.
Actually, walk us through what's in that milk crate of yours.
What's in the milk crate? Couple dozen golf balls, gloves, just like knickknacks, that you get from either outings or
Yeah,
like teas and
koozies.
just yeah, koozies, like a 6-pack cooler that just sits in there.
Yeah,
I got a little that Yeti, a couple of Yetis in there. Got some dice just in case the boys want to roll some ship cap and crew afterwards.
you got dice in there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I love it.
What else? Shit. The gold bond. Obviously, the gold bond's in there.
Gotta have the gold bond.
Got to extra towels, extra hat, some socks just in case if it's raining.
Right.
Pack nice and tight, just sitting in there. Still got it in there. Just really wishing to go outside and play.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So what happens? Let's say you have a 7 a.m. tee time. What happens the morning of, when you're getting up ready to play? How do
Well,
you?
I'm not a range guy, so I'm
It's crazy to me.
yeah, I know, but just getting up, getting in the car, putting on whatever golf podcast or playlist I got going, getting there and taping up my soft hands and getting ready to get out there, setting up the push cart, just enjoying the morning and the silence pretty much.
Do you have like a checklist almost like you got to have your coffee, you have to eat, um,
Oh, I don't like to eat before the round.
really
I'll eat like after the ninth hole.
see. We'll circle back to me once we're done.
Sure.
Actually, let's rewind real quick. Let's touch base on this whole range thing. Um, I know you've mentioned it before, and
Yeah.
your thing is you either have it or you don't. But
Yes, I'm a firm believer on that.
uh, but how do you know you have it or you don't? And if you don't, how do you know whether to just stick with what you got that day? That's like my biggest thing with the range. Like if I don't have
Yeah.
it and I'm, you know, um, either pushing the ball too much or hooking
Sure.
it, whatever, I'm not trying to change it, on the course. I'm sticking to what I'm
Yeah.
doing in the range, right?
Well, I mean, off the first hole, if the driver sprays away right, then it doesn't come back out. Just go with the 3-wood. I don't do the range, but I do, just the putting green, just to get a quick glimpse of what it could be out there, and that's about it. You know,
No wedges.
Mm-mm. I have a not to brag, but I have a pretty strong wedge game, so I'm not too worried about that.
This is the biggest psychopath move I've ever heard. You only putt. No
I
matter
only putt
like
as long as I have a leave and a sip of Monster, I'm good.
like even if you're on a buddy's golf trip, this is the same thing that happens.
Unless it's a country club, like a country club experience. I'm not like they could have a range. I'm not doing it.
That's so crazy to me.
I
Like
know.
there's a there's a specific, and I think you would probably be able to guess it. Country club, very close nearby to here. Um, doesn't have a range. Well, take that back. It has a short little chipping range. It's
Oh yeah.
probably, you know, it's probably 60 yards long. Um,
Yeah.
couple reasons. Well, I would never, I would never join that club in particular because of that reason.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever say I don't do the range. I don't do the range prior to a round. Like working in Oak Brook Golf Club has an awesome range practice facility. So they have like it's not a membership, but you can buy a key fob and it's got, you can buy a certain amount of buckets, but you get it for dirt cheap. And that's what I usually do. And I'll hit the range at lunch during the week when in the office. But as far as like the actual round and getting there early to use the range, that doesn't happen.
Okay, so that was actually going to be my next question. If you hate the range, do you ever practice?
Yeah. Like I don't, that's the nice thing about where the office is set up in Oak Brook. Like I literally just have to go across the street and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing that. That's fun.
You just don't do it before you play.
Just before I play. No.
Yeah. So now we're on the putting green. Do you have any type of like, are you a kind of just a sporadic guy, or are you working on like your speed, your lag putting? Are you more short putts? Are you doing any type of fancy, crazy drills?
Nope. Just dropping 3 balls on the green, hitting them a couple times and then picking them up and getting to the first tee.
Are you a line guy on your
I
ball?
am a line guy. Ever since with the spider, I'm a line guy. Big line guy now.
Big line guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do think that helps. How about yourself? Are you a line guy?
1000%. I think it's
Yeah.
also like, I'll admit, I think it's somewhat cheating. I think they should. This is another one of my little rants here. I think they should do away with lines on the ball.
Okay.
They should do away with all um, yardage books, putting books, or green reading books.
Yeah.
All make it as authentic and as um, that a lot of that is skill.
Mhm.
Reading a green,
Sure.
knowing your distances. Sure, caddies are pretty good at that right now in terms of like walking off, blah blah blah. But I think there's a lot of things that definitely give an advantage, and I think the line on the putting ball is a huge one.
Are you a line on the ball teeing off?
So if I'm if I'm struggling, yeah, I pull. So if I'm struggling, I pull out my putter ball,
What
and
do you think that does for you though? Is that just like a mental placebo that makes you feel better that you got it lined up?
uh, mm, it's definitely mental, obviously, but it's for me, it's more like visual. Like I want to make sure I'm kind of hitting the spot I'm trying to hit. Um, So yeah, if I'm struggling, I'll pull out my putting ball. I'll kind of junk my
Wait,
normal.
wait. So you switch balls when you get to the green? Is that what you're saying?
Do I switch balls?
Yeah.
No, well, so I always have I don't mess with my putting ball like at all. It stays in my left pocket. I'm saying if I'm playing, right, and my normal ball is shit, I'll go to a putting ball with a line on it and I'll pull that and I'll put it on the tee. That way, like you said, I think it's just more visually like seeing, like stepping back and seeing a line on my ball
Sure.
just does something for me. I think I know where you're going with that little jab there.
I'm just saying.
Playing a couple different balls. No,
Just saying.
not my not my like playing ball. No.
Okay.
Plus they're all the same ball. So
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
technically,
No, we're on it. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Just keep me on your toes, bud.
Hey, I like that. So
So speaking of a ball, then what ball do you play?
in terms of brand,
Yeah.
I'm a Pro V1 guy.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you put the line on there, but it has their line, so never mind.
No, I got to draw it on there. I think it's a known fact that like the arrow on the Pro V1 is kind of like curved and it just messes with me.
Is it
So
really?
yeah, so I prefer to just draw mine.
Hmm.
And interesting enough that you mentioned that, there's this huge article I read. I'll see if I could dig it up. Um, Depending on the color of the line, supposedly interacts with like different brain waves and gives you or puts you in a certain type of mood depending on the color.
I could see that.
Yeah, I'm a blue guy if it matters.
You're a blue guy.
Blue line putting.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue is more like calm, relax.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm a big line guy on the putt.
Okay.
Um, all right, so you're obviously a big walker.
Love
So
walking.
you're coming off the putting green now. You're heading to the first tee, right?
Yep.
Um, are you one of the stragglers to the first tee? Or are you there pretty early? Um,
Oh, I hate being late for anything.
I like that.
Got to be if you're 15 minutes early, I think you're still late. I like to be there early.
I like that as well.
Hmm.
Um, is your bag, well, I guess it's kind of different because you got to push cart, but
Yep.
I'm assuming everything's still pretty organized in your push cart.
Oh yeah,
Do you stretch at all?
a little bit. Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit of stretching.
Yeah. I mean,
But that's what the two will leave it for. Pop those bad boys and good to go.
yeah. All right. So you get to the first tee, right?
Hmm.
Um, what's your initial thought? Are you thinking about, you know,
What? Yeah, I look at the hole first, obviously, right? And you feel like, is it going to be a good driving day, or do I play the smart way and just do the 3-wood? So that's what I basically go with there. If it's open, then I'll take the driver out. If it's not open, then that 3-wood's coming out.
do you find yourself having a little pep talk with yourself prior to the first tee?
No, I just make sure I get the good tunes going and then get up there.
Okay. So you're ready to just let it go.
Yeah, no practice swings, just go. Just go.
No practice swings.
No practice swings.
Oh my goodness.
I probably could be a lot better if I, really rethought my whole setup, but
This is bananas. I'm
yeah.
learning more and more. So when you
Yeah.
go play golf and you shoot like a legit, 81, you're literally only taking 81 strokes that day. No
Yep.
more, no more.
No more.
Wow. Are you trying to, you know,
Why waste them? Right. What does everybody say? Like they take their two practice swings and then they hosel rock it or they screw it up. And I'm like, oh man, we wasted a good swings, on the practice swings. That's how I feel.
you're just rationing your swings for the year.
Yeah. I mean, getting old, just I gotta conserve energy here.
Yeah. See, I think the practice swings alleviate a little bit of nervousness and kind
Sure.
of, allow you to feel what you kind of want to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's bonkers. No practice swings. You just get up, rip.
Straight business, Tom. Straight business.
Wow.
Get
Wow.
up to the ball and go. That I mean, like we usually play 18 holes, and if we're the first ones out, obviously under 3 hours, it's awesome.
Yeah, right, right. Okay. So anything going on mid round? Are we just trying to keep it, you know, uh par bogey golf? We're just trying to keep it together, come in with a decent score, and we're happy with that. And
Yeah, no, it's it's kind of funny playing now, competitively again with the tour. You sit there and you used to get like frustrated, right? Prior to playing with buddies, if you blew up like the front nine, right? And you'd be like, oh, well, whatever, it's over. I'm just not even going to keep score anymore or anything like that. I'm just going to putz around, But like, I've seen it playing with guys on the tour and even myself. It's like, sure, you shoot bad on the front nine, but then you sit there and like, well, I could put together a really decent back nine. It's a whole new nine, right?
yep.
I did try towards the end of this season. I forgot who was talking about it, but you do 3-hole increments, right? You just play 3 holes, 3 holes, 3 holes, 3 holes, type deal thing.
Yeah. Are you
Um,
are you doing like an accumulative par for those 3 holes?
yeah, I'm just, you just take it 3 holes at a time and you sit there and you say, if I can be 1 or 2 over,
Right.
or I'm fine with that, type deal thing. My biggest thing is like, I do think about like the par threes, like, because I forgot what's his name. He's an instructor. I think he's from out in Texas, but he always posts on IG like, if you want to shoot 80, this is what you have to do, right? If you want to break 90, this is what you have to do, right? And most of the times it's like you gotta, par 3 out of the 4 par threes or stuff like that. So those par threes I do think about. I want to stay somewhere around that, because like for me, scrambling par fives are where it's gonna, make or break what I do for the round type deal thing.
So par threes are living in your head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Par fives, are you attacking par fives, or are you?
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. I'm basically like, those are the holes I know I can probably, those are my best, birdie chances, unless we're playing like a shorter course where it's, taking a 3-wood off the tee. And I hate, sorry to keep on bringing up 3-wood, but, if I could do that and be within like 100 yards and pitch it, then, that's go time too. But basically, it's like attacking par threes and being consistent. I mean, attacking par fives and being consistent on par threes.
Right, right. Okay. So we're post round now. We're post round. Um, whether you've had a good round or a bad round, are you affected by that for X amount of hours after, or for a couple days, or does that
It
is
used to it used to bother me, like if it was a really bad round, if you let something got away. But then I believe it was like Andy Johnson from the Fried Egg. Um, like if you think about it, there's probably some shots within your round that you probably shouldn't have made, right? You had the golf guides give you one, and it's like, well, the bad shot then probably made up for that. So it's really can't be like woulda, shoulda, coulda,
yeah,
type
right,
of
right.
thing. So
Yeah.
I don't let it affect me that much because it's more about, just getting out and enjoying the game now, right? To me, especially on the tour with meeting new people and, just playing a game that we all love.
Right,
So
right.
it doesn't, winning or shooting low is nice, or, winning some money is fun, but also getting out there to enjoy golf like we were kids again is, very valuable to me. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to get too frustrated with it.
Yeah, right. So I'm 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 almost to that point.
Yeah.
Almost.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the Ryder Cup, like our Ryder Cup or buddies trips where you're doing the Ryder Cup format, and there's a lot of at stake of like, just bragging rights with that type of thing. Sure, there's frustration there if you do something wrong, but you know, most of the time, 90% of the time, it's you finished 18. It's kind of cool because we're treating it. It is tournament golf, right? You take off your hat, you shake the hand of the player you're playing with, and it's like, this was cool. This was fun. I met a cool guy.
Right,
I
right.
got to play a nice course. Sure, I shot 84 or whatever it was. Even if I shot one of the best rounds of my life, but it was just like, you got to enjoy something that we all like to do. So
Yeah, yeah. So actually, the more that I thought about that when you just said it, I think the competitiveness, overly competitive, and like fieriness is still there.
Mhm.
I don't think that will ever go away. Um, but when I said I'm almost there in terms of like being able to differentiate between the two and
Mhm.
letting like the negative stuff go and not being like, it's more of like a internal competitiveness. And sure,
Sure.
I'll throw out, some fist pumps if they're deserved or whatever.
Yeah.
But um, more so on bad shots or, kind of being able to joke with myself to kind of get over that.
Mhm.
Um, so that's been huge for me probably the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years, something like that.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, even like the Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup was awesome. Playing in that type of environment is way different, I think.
Sure.
Um, I actually play in a couple of those formats throughout the year. There's a local one in the neighborhood that we do. It's a different animal, man. It's
Mhm.
great. I mean, you could hear roars. I mean, this is a 40-person field. You hear roars from 3 holes away, and it's a
Sure. Oh yeah.
it's a 4-man scramble. So, um, people are getting fired up.
Mhm.
That stuff is awesome to me.
Mhm.
But yeah, the so my routine, typically the night before starts with getting the outfit, you know,
Sure. Yeah. Oh
properly
yeah.
ready, making sure we're not wearing stripes with checkers or you know got to be having some type of solid,
Sure.
having a good outfit, good hat.
Look
Same,
good, play good.
yeah, yeah. I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
Um, maybe not even so much look good, but the
Confidence.
yeah, I'm more like comfortable. Like if I'm comfortable, like if I have a belt on that's like riding my stomach, I can't stop thinking about it for like 4 days. So, as long as I'm comfortable, and I don't really like if I happen to pull out like spikeless shoes for that day because I know it's dry, I don't have to worry about traction. And maybe the spikeless aren't really the best looking, but they're super comfortable.
Oh, you're a big spikeless guy, huh?
No, no, just actually. So I joined the Glen Woody League like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and that was one of the gifts you get. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so and I've never had a pair of spikeless prior to, um, and I've always been a huge believer in probably coming from playing high school football, especially back in our day. Everything was replacement cleats. So
Yeah.
especially when it was wet out, I was always worried about slipping and sliding.
Mhm.
And dude, spikeless is a game changer, especially during like the the hot summer months when there's not an ounce of water and you don't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
So much more comfortable. Did you ever give him a whirl?
Yeah, I got those G4 ones that you feel like you're walking on clouds. It's like a pillow. But yeah, it's got to be dry out, like you said. But majority of the time, I'm rocking. I think Swings had them too. The Jordans, those are comfortable as hell.
Yeah, you got the G4s, huh?
Yeah, I got those. I think like 2 years ago. But I mean, they last long. They're easy to clean, and yeah, uh, they're comfortable. They're for sure comfortable.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so comfortable is big for me. But yeah, getting the outfit ready and then making sure everything's set up. Typically, like I'll move everything towards the front door so I
Yeah.
don't forget anything on the way out. Um, have done it plenty of times where I'll be in here the night before hitting
Sure.
balls, and I'll have my 7-iron or something, one of my clubs out of my bag because I,
Sure.
just hit
Yep.
it, and then I'm on the course the next day looking for that club.
SOL.
Yeah, it's no bueno. Yeah, and then the day of, I'm pretty routine. Got to have coffee. I usually have a cup of Joe, maybe two here, and then I grab Dunkin' on the way, and and then I have to eat. If I don't eat, listen, if I don't eat and I play with you, you'll know about it.
Wait, are you that guy that gets hangry?
Oh, I get so hangry, and then that leads to me just being pissed off. And if I hit a bad shot, then it's the end of
Not
the
enjoyable to play with, huh?
right. So then that's where that all stemmed from. So
Gotcha.
I got to eat, and then big range guy.
So
Uh,
how long are you at the range?
how long?
Yeah.
Nah, maybe 15 minutes,
Yeah.
if that. I don't get excessive. It's not like, I'm hitting every club in the bag. I usually pull 3-wood driver, a wedge, uh, probably, well, two wedges, usually a 52, actually usually a 56, and then my pitching wedge, and then I'll do like a 7 and like a 4. Um, and then I do like, so I kind of randomly go through that, whatever. I usually start off with a wedge, but towards the end, like my last, I don't know, 12 balls, I try to play like the first 3 holes if I know the
Gotcha.
course.
Yeah.
If I know the course.
Sure.
So, what I want to do off the first tee, blah, blah, blah. Then I
We're
go,
just talking about that. What PJ guy does that on the range? He does all 18 holes.
yeah, that's bananas. I
That's
mean,
nuts.
yeah, but I do like visually, you know, getting into that mindset. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
God, that was just a couple weeks ago too that they were busting out, breaking down his range session, and he does like all 18 holes.
I could see somebody like,
I feel like JT would do that.
I feel like Matsuyama would do that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. But then yeah,
Anyway.
then I head over to the putting green
Mm-hmm.
and I roll putts for, maybe 10 minutes, something like that. Another
Sure.
10, 15 minutes. Nothing crazy, same. Drop 3, usually start off with lag. I'll lag 3 putts and then I'll, do it again for another 2, 3 rounds. And then I usually go short to mid-range putts and then I'll move back and then I'll end with short putts. Are you a guy that in your mind, like one of your last putts, if you're like, if I make this, I'm gonna putt really well today?
uh sure. I mean, yeah, if you drain a long ass one, you're probably like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I feel like I do a lot of that throughout the entire day. Um, but yeah, then so we have to rewind a little bit. Before my range sesh, I do a very um, extensive stretch. I got to stretch. So I do the clubs behind the back. You know, it's more of just getting my back loose and then my legs and then like my hips. And that's about it. I'm not doing anything kind of weird or funky. I'm not laying on the ground. I'm just doing standard, you know, uh bending over at the hips, hands to
You're not
toes.
doing what is it, the Jimenez
Yeah,
stretching?
no, none of that. Um, that's hilarious, by the way, with a stogie in his mouth.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so then I head to the first tee, and I'm a big I'm a big pep talk guy prior to and throughout the entire round. Like, hey, just whether it's hey, stay in it.
Are you just saying this in your head or you're literally
Oh
physically
no,
saying
this
it?
is this is in my head.
Oh, okay.
So first tee will be like, all right, hey, don't worry about this first shot. If it's offline, don't worry about it. Let's get up and down and make par. Prior to even hitting a drive. So, um, but even throughout the round, it's just like if I have a bad shot, it'll be like, just stay in it. stay in it. You don't know what could happen. Throw in close, get up and down, get out of here, and move on.
I feel like that's like a Jordan in the mirror move from Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God. So that's why I like Jordan, because I find myself to be very relatable to just how much he talks to himself. I don't necessarily do it out loud like that, but it's all in my head for sure. And then yeah, I'm kind of just trying to pick my spots and play a non train wrecking round while you know being able to kind of take advantage or attack certain holes.
Sure.
And then yeah, post round. Again, 5 years ago, yeah, it would affect my week.
A week.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Oh,
Yeah, I just even on the way home, I remember. This is actually a good story. Year year one, I think. Yeah, year one. Um, when I T1'd at the playoff at Heritage Bluff. No,
okay.
that was last year. Because Ryan Best won. Yeah, Ryan Best won it last year, and he T1 with me at Heritage Bluffs. Um, didn't play in that group, but played in a group with like Jim O'Neill and
Sure.
another guy who was like a 4. So going into that, at this point, I was like a mid 6, maybe even up at like a 7 at this point, because I didn't play very well at all last year, and basically came in, knowing that there was a guy who was like a 4. So that fired me up on the way there. I'm talking to myself, okay, Mr. 4, let's see how good you play.
Sitting there driving down 55.
Yeah, and then post round, I remember going nuts on the way home, literally fist pumping, going crazy, because I think I went 76 there and went bananas, and I was like, that a way to play, way to stay in it on 18 when you were in the shit. So on 18, I knew I was having a good round, obviously. So 18, I
Oh,
flew.
that's that good fishing. Oh, yeah.
18, I flew the green, and there's nothing
Yeah,
but like
shit back. Yeah.
shit and fescue, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I knew I was, you know, having a good round. In Like I said, I was probably around a 7 at this point, playing at like a 9 there, right? So I knew my net was gonna be up there. So I'm like, of course, the 18th hole. So whatever. I flew it, I get up to it, and it's on that bank downhill in the
Mhm.
shit, and managed to chip one out of there to like 2 feet, punched in or tapped in for par, and I was out of there. And then that was part of the reason, because I'm like, you know, way to stay in it, like just complete psychopath stuff. But yeah, prior to years ago, dude, I used to get it would literally ruin my entire day. Not a week, but my day. Yeah, I would be salty for the entire day. Um,
Well, no one ever wants to obviously play bad. You know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but there's also like there's expectations that come with that. But to that, like if you're not doing anything, like if you're not practicing, right? And
Oh yeah. No, yeah, for sure. I get where you're going with that. Yeah.
if you're just playing once a week, like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be. And that's kind of what I got into. Is like, okay, well, why am I being upset about missing these putts when I haven't practiced at all? So it's like little things like that. Like it's way different if you're putting in the work and not seeing results. It was the total opposite. So I had nothing to be upset about, and that's
Sure.
kind of what changed the tone there. But yeah, that's kind of
Not once did you mention the two hot dogs though.
so at the turn,
Yeah.
typically get a couple hot dogs.
Okay.
Maybe if I'm feeling light on my feet that day, I'll just go one hot dog and a Snickers. You never know. And a Gatorade.
There you go.
Uh,
Snickers. Love it.
oh yeah. But yeah, that's typically the day in the life on the course slash the day before getting ready for a round. I think definitely a CGT round is a little different
Oh
compared
yeah,
to just a standard kind of hit and giggle. That's my new. I stole that from Tiger.
hit and giggle.
Yeah, a little hit and giggle.
Yeah, CGT rounds. You're sitting there. Well, I'm sitting there and I'm online looking at Google Maps, looking over the layouts.
You're a Google Map guy.
Love it because I don't know if you know, you do a little control mouse, you can drag it to make it 3D to look at level from the ground now.
Without like you're talking about without satellite.
No, it's yeah, no, with satellite. You sit there. Oh yeah, no, you're like the actual image of the ground. Yeah. So you're just like, for instance, like Ridge, go look at Ridge, flip off satellite, and then scroll in, zoom in, and then you can just literally follow. It's pretty crazy now.
Hold on. Give that tip again. Control what?
I believe I have a Mac. So it'd be, I think it's command and you click, and then you can just like physically change from looking overhead to coming down eye
Really?
level pretty much. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've never been a map guy either.
Oh,
Uh, I'm a map guy, obviously, when I look for the course and
sure.
see how to get there. But
Well, I mean, I also, I'll look at the apps as well too, but I do like, for instance, looking at the Google map because obviously it doesn't give too much detail, but it also if you know the course, you can look at the whole layouts. It's pretty good.
speaking of, we both we failed to mention that. Usually the night before, I'm usually on whatever course's website, and I'm looking at either like a flyover,
Yeah.
scorecard, something, you know,
Well,
along.
I'm doing that all week.
Yeah.
And if the site is set up like Mistwood, like for instance, for our championship, I'm watching every hole on YouTube starting that Monday all the way till Friday.
Yeah. I mean, that's a game changer. I'm gonna.
Evan Bridges does it too. I think that's great. I don't care how many times I play that course or any course that has those flyover videos. I'll keep on watching them that week leading into the round.
So, since our last convo about this, I've since checked out Club Loch LaBelle. The
Right?
flyover that
Is
you said.
that not the sickest thing you've seen?
So, listeners, you might never play there in your life. I hope to play there, but Rob told me about it. So one day I checked it out. It might as well be Golden Tee.
It is unbelievable.
They probably had to
I
pay.
would love to know how much that costs because you're just
Pay.
obviously doing shot for shot with a drone and even the programming side of it. I'm just like, it was awesome.
I don't even think it is a drone. It's almost like Google. It's almost like Google Maps went out there, like
Oh, yeah, yeah, right.
like with a car and just drove around
Yeah.
the course. But then,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're like able to drag it to certain areas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could see it. It changes too when you change the T.
Yeah,
Nuts.
yeah, it's bananas. Check out
Yeah.
Club Loch LaBelle flyover, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh my
I
God.
do. And I think it's the oldest country club in Wisconsin. And it was, I think, renovated 5 years ago, if I remember the starter telling us right. But yeah, dude. If I can't believe more courses aren't doing it. It must be crazy expensive, but it's just like it is one of the coolest things just to see, just to go through the course.
Right. Unreal. Yeah, that's definitely something I do prior to, or like you said, leading up to the week. Um,
I'm even the guy that sits there if I know it. I'm playing a course a lot. I buy those blank yardage books and I'll draw them out.
really,
Yeah.
never got in. I never went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, I mean, I'm a
Do you have,
designer.
do you have like, oh, well, true. Do you
Yeah.
have like stacks of yardage books?
Yeah, I make them. I have all the first two seasons that we played, and then I have obviously I reuse them for the courses that we've had. But last year got a little busy for us, so I didn't get to do as many as I wanted to. But yeah,
Really? Are you putting like your own like heat seeking like arrows and stuff like that too on green?
notes and everything. Yeah, I designed the whole notes pad and everything. Oh yeah,
Really?
physically build them. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
I know a lot of guys appreciate your scorecards that you
Oh
do
yeah,
for each.
all that stuff. I find that stuff fun and soothing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I mean it's certainly helpful. That's for sure.
yeah. So
We're gonna have to get your yardage books on here one episode and take a look at.
I don't know if I want to. I want to let people peek into my personal notes.
What,
Unfortunately,
does it look like a third grader drew it?
no,
Oh,
no. I take pride in my artwork, my man.
okay. You're just trying to keep it under wraps.
Yeah, I don't want to give anybody a competitive edge over me.
Yeah. All right. I hear that. I hear that. All right. Well, as always,
Oh, here we go. Give it to me.
here we go. Are you ready for the top three?
I'm ready. You're up. What do you got?
I want to know your top three club logos. Not necessarily PGA Tour, but in general, golf course club logos.
It's a good one. And that was like one of the ones I want to ask down the road because I love you see Shane Bacon's segment with his hats.
No.
So he collects hats from country clubs and whatnot, and he wears I don't know if it's every day, but he brings in a hat to the golf channel and he puts it on for his favorite logo of the golf course.
Yeah.
Uh dang, that's a great I love Whistling Straits would be my first one. I love
Like
that.
one hole
Huh?
going off.
Yeah,
The
I
one
think
hole.
that Whistling Straits logo is awesome. That's like one of my favorite hats I have. I love the simplicity of Sam Valley's logo. That would have to be two. I think that's pretty sharp. Damn, what would three be? Oh, man, that's hard.
My three is a local, as an
Is
FYI.
it Beverly? Is your three Beverly?
No.
Oh, okay. Shoot, I'm trying to think. Why can't I?
At this point,
I'm
my,
like, I like a Coghill Seven Bridges with like the kid, like the guy with the golf clubs type deal thing, like an old,
yeah.
like a caddy type deal thing.
Yeah. So I wasn't rushing you. I was saying
No, no, no.
my
Yeah,
three at this point, the amount of plugs we give this place, they should start sponsoring the pod. But
sure.
my number three is the Bluffs, Heritage Bluffs.
Oh, the new logo.
The two crosses
Yes,
clubs.
hey, that's a good one.
It's
I
so
like that
sick.
one. Yeah, that's a
I
good one. Yeah,
I shadily check out their pro shop like sporadically looking
sure.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah. That hat's awesome.
that is a good logo. You're right.
Yeah, and then number two, probably gonna butcher this one. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, pasta tiempo.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Is that how you
That's
say it?
good. It's pretty close.
The
It's
one,
not as good as my algorithm, but it's pretty close.
the, and I'm telling you, do you know what it looks like? The guy in the tree.
Not offhand. Not offhand. What is it?
So it's like the guy leaned up against the tree. He's kind of sitting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And then my number one, shout out J Biff. That page.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's such a
That's what I'm talking about. Like that. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out J Biff. He hooked it up with some flags.
I do like Oakmonts too with the squirrel.
Yes. There's so many good, like, so to your point, I haven't seen the Shane Bacon thing, but I'll have to check that out. But I do find, while scrolling Twitter, like,
Sure.
I know there's a lot of guys that collect pencils.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that collect balls.
Mhm.
So I've been on this big flag kick that I'll eventually, deck out the man cave with. But we were talking about it earlier. Like, I just don't know how to go about getting like authentic ones unless it's like
Sure.
from somebody that I know who's working the event or like.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any inside scoop on.
Well, I mean, the whole eBay's doing that whole I'm going to say this wrong now, authenticity check, authentic check.
Yeah. I've scoured eBay. There's not like as many as you'd think.
Really?
Yeah, like Amazon, obviously there's like a bunch of, you know, like just bullshit ones you buy for like your backyard, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about like legit from the
Sure.
club.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think I think the only way to do it is if a club has like an online store and
Yeah.
that's it. But
Yeah.
you know, but yeah,
I
what
like that top three. That was pretty good.
yeah, what I think that it was just a really overall a nice laid back conversation for episode 9.
Well, I think a lot of the guys are going to relate. So that's good.
Yeah, you know, hey, we're uh we're a pod for the common man. You
Oh,
know,
yeah. We're your average Joe.
hey, the average Joe. But
Yep.
until next time there, Rob, we'll see you in the fairway.
See you in the fairway, Tom.
See you, buddy.